So 4 polypeptides times 150 amino acids means there's 600 amino acids in 1 molecule of hemoglobin. Yeah, this single molecule of hemoglobin. 1, 2, 3, 4 polypeptides, 150 amino acids each, that's 600 total. Each polypeptide also contains a heme group. The heme group is the iron group. That binds oxygen. The heme groups are represented by the little orange things. So the heme groups are what bind the oxygen. "600 amino acids in 1 molecule. Couldn't matter if one of them was the wrong one, could it?
Oh, yeah.
Does it? Of course it does. Again, specificity. Specificity. Guys, biochemistry is what drives life. Biochemistry is what drives pathology. Biochemistry is what drives pharmacology. In the olden days, take somebody by the hand. Come on, I'm going to show you how to perform an appendectomy. We might wash our hands before, we might wait and wash them after. It depends on what year it was, okay? Back in the day, they wiped their instruments on their coattails after the procedure. Anyway, okay, here's where I want you. Oh, not quite so deep. Okay, that's good. Okay, but you don't do it like that anymore, do you? Thank God, yeah. Thank God. It's this specificity that we see when we review biochemistry that is behind everything. Everything. All right. Thinking here with 9 minutes to go, I don't really want to start histology, so I won't. Let's have a look in this document, see where we are in terms of exam 1. Good shape. What's the 928? So yeah, we're in good shape. We've got 2 days to go through histology. Again, it's going to be absolutely critical that you've got your, everything you've done, whether it's a book or flashcards, whatever it is, so that you can add to it. Probably a Sharpie in case you want to add a little label to a picture. I would say that in your, I know different people have different things, but like where you've written here, in this case, you probably have adequate room to write. Some of you have done it on a word processor, printed it, taped it to a card or into a book. You could just open the file, add to it, print it again, paste it on top of what you've already done. Lot of ways to do it, which you'll be adding to your book. And as we preached ad nausea about the books, you'll use these books next semester. You'll use them in Patho unless you don't take that. So, when I say to include homeostasis, a lot of the homeostasis is the blood sugar regulation that the pancreas participates in. Again, the islets of Langerhans, alpha cells, beta cells, glucagon, and insulin. I'll add two, I won't talk much about that because you've done all that already. I'll add the osteoblast, osteoclast information. So we'll be adding a number of hormones that affect the osteoblasts and osteoclasts, so adding to what I introduced this morning. As this exam is coming up, be sure, please, and go back to the syllabus. You've got it in front of you, I suppose, but let's just get it up here. So there's a lot of information here about testing and exams. You'll definitely want to be familiar with all of this, so that you don't jeopardize your grade or your ability to even remain in the room and take the exam. So again, just read through all of this. I frickin' hate it. I've told you that before. I hate it. But if you can imagine it, I've seen it. If I haven't seen it, the nursing department has seen it. Now that's why last week I gave you a calculator, because some student got caught writing stuff on their calculator. If you can imagine it, I've seen it. So make sure you know all of these rules. The other document to make sure that you're using on D2L, there's a document called Exam 1 Review. And I know what a lot of you've been doing is as you've reviewed topics or as I've talked about topics, you've checked them off of this list. What I want to point out in this document is the first section was designed to show you the formats I can use with multiple choice and with a Scantron. So I'm not telling you here that there's going to be a question on the exam from glycolysis. There could be, but there's not. I'll just be honest with you, there's not. Why do I say there could be? Well, somewhere up here. Anyway, there's not. But the first page or two of the document is just to show you the style of questions that I ask. So this is your straightforward multiple choice. The capital of Colorado is A, Pueblo, B, Colorado Springs, C, Lima, D, Denver. Next type of question I ask is true, false. With true, false questions, A is always true, B is always false, anywhere in the world. Okay, you don't have to ask. Another format I use is called multiple choice. You'll either love these or you'll hate them. I actually think they're quite fun. So this question you should, and I tried to use examples here from biology so you'd be able to relate to them. So we're talking about what I call the transition reaction. Your biology 111 teacher might have called it the preliminary step to the Krebs cycle. So, in glycolysis, we cut the glucose molecule in half and we produce 2 molecules of pyruvate. And then we have to get from the 3-carbon pyruvate to the 2-carbon acetyl. And that, of course, is what feeds the Krebs cycle. So, in that reaction right there, NAD is reduced. Yep, it surely is. because we have NAD as a substrate, and we generate NADH, so NAD is reduced. Carbon dioxide is released. Yep. Give off a molecule of carbon dioxide. That's in fact how we go from 3 carbons to 2. Coenzyme A enters the equation as a reactant. Yep. When we take the CO2 off of pyruvate, that gives us acetyl. Where's the coenzyme A come from? Well, it's a substrate. And as you recall, I hope from biology, coenzyme A is the coupling enzyme that connects acetyl to oxaloacetic acid. Oxaloacetic is the 4 carbon. We connect acetyl to it. 4 plus 2 gives us the 6 carbon citric acid. And so the cycle turns. So this is true, this is true. 1 molecule of ATP, yeah, that's crap. So we're going to go with A. 1, 2, and 3 are correct. So multiple choice. You'll either love them or you'll hate them. What else can we do with multiple choice? So we can put things in order. So my example here, as you see, is from either cell division or mitosis. I'm not sure. Well, it looks like it's cell division and mitosis because we've got cytokinesis in there. So, which of these would represent the correct order? Then the other thing I can do with the Scantron is matching. So, and this is definitely not 201 material, but you'd be matching the letters with the numbers. The other thing with multiple choice is you can go beyond A, B, C, D, E. So for example, if you like that answer, you would blacken the A and the C on your Scantron. Okay? So the first page or 2, whatever, of this document is just to show you what I can do. Now we get into, okay, what are you going to be tested on? You should have reviewed all Biology 111 material. Any Biology 111 topic may be on any examination in this course. Take that to heart. I don't know if it says it right here, but also take to heart the fact that I've already told you, you will see questions about the syllabus. My favorite question about the syllabus is, which of the following is not true? And it gives you a list of things, and the right answer is, okay, which of the following is not true? The right answer is, the class votes on a nickname for the cadaver. We don't do that, do we? That would be disrespectful. There's a whole thing in the syllabus about the cadaver in lab, okay? So that's the right answer, because that's what we don't do. Why did I give you that answer away? Just a little experiment to see if anybody misses it. Okay, so then finally we get into, exactly what topics will you be tested on. So if you haven't already, and I know some of you have, because some of you pulled this out in the lab and asked me, what do you mean by organs and their cavities? And I said, well, obviously we don't want to put the uterus in the thoracic cavity or the lungs in the pelvic cavity. We want to know where everything goes. This is exercises 1 and 2 in the lab manual for the most part. So anyway, over the next couple of weeks, I definitely be working with this document. And other than that, I'll see you guys upstairs.
I'm gonna go to Wednesday lab. I usually go to Wednesday afternoon lab, and then I'll go to